Hello friends, it is Miss Natalie and I am here to show you how to create a collage, specifically a pop art collage. What is a collage? That's a really good question. I'm glad you asked. A collage is basically an artwork that is created by assembling a number of media, generally two-dimensional, and affixing it to a flat surface. Basically, it's cutting things out and gluing them on a piece of paper. That's a very simple idea of what a collage is, but a collage can be just that simple. So there are 4 steps in creating a collage, 4 of them. The first one is to collect. You are going to collect things to be in your collage. If you're making a pop art collage like I am, then you're looking at advertisements, pop cultural references in magazines, brand names, even food labels. So anything that is two-dimensional that you could rip out of a magazine or peel off cut off a box or peel off of a can, or anything really that you're willing to cut up for your art. Okay, so you're going to collect all those things, just whatever seems to work for you. For example, when I was working on the collage that I'm going to show you, I started with like words, these little phrases that I was just flipping through magazines and I saw a great day in the making, and these were all from advertisements. Today's your day to shine on, give extra, get extra. And then I saw this little guy and I was like, oh, I have some ideas about what I'm going to do. So I collected a bunch of Star Wars related things. I also had some other text, something both sides can agree on. That was what I saw, something both sides can agree on, free from compromise, and this is the good stuff, what not to love. I had all those cut out. Then I saw this guy and I'm like, okay, yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. So I was lucky enough that I had a magazine that was all about the latest Star Wars movie, and so I was able to get all these images from that. So I collected all those, just ripped those pages out of the magazine, and then I cut each individual thing out. So I cut each phrase out. In some cases, I cut the words apart so I could work with them. I cut this. I decided to keep this piece all as one picture, but then I cut some of the others, just the faces here. And I thought about like, what's the outline of this going to look like when I cut it out? What's around it? Do I want to get it as close as I can? Do I want to have an outline? And as I was doing that, I was also thinking about what my background is going to look like and looking for some plain paper and cutting those out, or thinking about how I would cut that out. Because the next thing that I'm going to do after I have everything cut out is start arranging. It's so important that you arrange your things, here, we're not going to use that anymore, before you glue. Don't start just gluing things down. Why? Because this was completely different. This is probably my like 5th arrangement until I got it the way I like it. And it's still not quite exactly. I think this should probably go over here. So just, yeah, play around, put things down, move them around. Remember, you're looking to look for balance. So you're looking to make sure the visual weight is good, and that you have, an interesting composition, a point of emphasis, and got some contrast. I've got my color scheme with my primary colors. I feel good about the way I arranged these. So now I'm ready to do step 4, which is glue. And I'm going to use a glue stick. Really, glue stick is the best. If you have to use wet glue, I would suggest actually putting it in a little container so you can just dip the tip of your finger in so you can tap it onto your paper. because you don't want to use too much of that. And it's really important that you get the edges and the corners so that everything sticks down. Now this is going to be a little tricky to glue everything down without completely messing up my arrangement. So that's why what I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do is take the things that have elements that they're attached to and just attach them. Oh, so one important thing, when you are gluing, you want to lay your piece on a piece of scrap paper so that you can glue from the inside out. That'll keep from ripping your paper, and you'll get all of the corners, and you don't have to worry about getting glue on your paper. So I'm going to glue this little guy down onto this yellow piece of paper. Oh, make sure his ears are, no. It might take a little bit of figuring out. The other good thing about a glue stick is that, yeah, that looks about right, that generally they don't dry super quick, so you can sometimes arrange things. Okay, and then I'm going to take this whole element now, and glue it down to the blue paper. So I want it right in the corner, the blue paper. Okay, right, and yeah. Then I'm going to go ahead, since these are fairly easy, again, I'm going to start with the middle and go to the side, middle to the side. If I tried to go this way or from the side down, I would probably end up ripping my paper. Let's see, what's not to love? And these may not be exactly where I originally put them when I'm done. But it's just a good, general idea of where everything's going to go. Okay, what next? I feel comfortable picking this up and moving it to the side so that I can glue down this piece. So yeah, you notice I'm not taking absolutely everything off and trying to start from scratch, because that is a nightmare waiting to happen. You could forget where you put things. It's just a better idea to just do it a little bit at a time. Okay, something that's going to hit there, so I'm going to have to put Chewy down. Both sides can agree on. Maybe that way. That way. Okay, so this is going to be next. And I'm going to, something that you can do, if say you have pieces that overlap, I could glue it there. You're like, what? And then I'm going to lift this up so I can get that down. I hope you can see this. I'm pretty sure it's visible. And then, did that, no, okay. You might be tempted to just put your glue all over everything. The problem with that is if you have any dust or dirt or cat hair floating around, it can stick to the glue. I mean, the glue does dry clear, even though it looks purple. But and leaving all the other pieces on helps me gauge where different things are going to hit. Yeah, that's right. He's like there, right? Something like that. Okay. And oops. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I can use the other parts of my collage to check on my proportions. And again, this may not look exactly like it did when I was arranging it. and that's okay. It's going to be close enough. Yeah, I like this. All right. I kind of feel like the next big piece is going to be this large piece here. So I'm going to move you out of the way. Oh, okay. This, if you are doing a very large piece or having to move a number of things, it's a little scary. Because it's like, oh, am I going to be able to put this down exactly where I had it before? But one thing you can do is just, you know what? Actually, I am going to glue this. This white paper is just to make sure that I'm still inside the frame of what you all can see. I'm not going to glue my colored paper down. I just wanted it to be the same size as the white paper. So there we go, gluing the red and the blue together. So unfortunately my red and my blue paper was not as big as my white paper, and this is the size I wanted it. Okay, so that's glued down. Now I can take these folks, and I know I did look and made sure that I kind of gauge, okay, her arm is going to be there, and his hand is on that line, on the top of her, whatever this is, big old shoulder pads, goes there, and that goes there, and then, yeah, that looks good. And, oh, I forgot, I want to make sure that I don't press Queen Amidala's head all the way down. That sounds so weird. You can just tap if you need to get those edges, because Darth Vader is going to go underneath her. And here's Darth Maul's lightsaber. Move Luke out of the way. All right, there's the Emperor. And Anakin, yes, I know I have Darth Vader in here twice. I am aware. I am a fan. I saw the original trilogy. Not all of them in the theater, because I was a little bit too little when the first one came out. I was, what, 4? Yeah, let's we do that. Kind of had him here. Yeah, that works. I wanted to make sure that we had Darth here, kind of touching Kylo Ren. Oh, no, too high. Again, this is why we use the glue stick. Oh, one idea that you could have is, I didn't even think about it, and I can't do this because I'm recording this. Take a photo of your arrangement before you, ooh, I kind of like that. It's like, here he is. Anyway, take a photo of your arrangement before you start gluing, and then you can always refer back to it. It's like, okay, where's this supposed to be? Where does that go? Oh yeah, I forgot. Is this still gonna work? Yeah. Free from compromise. Okay, that's the last thing that's gonna go down. And we've got Finn and Rey. Okay. Finn and Rey. Finn and Rey. Again, if you're using glue stick, you can still move things around. And then, yeah, Luke. All right. Almost done. Just have to get my last words. And I think that this is something that both sides can agree on, free from compromise. This is the good stuff. I mean, really, what's not to love about good old Baby Yoda? Yes, I know he's not actually Yoda as a baby. Fully aware of that fact. All right. And there we have it, folks. My pop art, pop culture collage. Hopefully you were inspired and you now feel comfortable to go and make your own art.